Fallout, and so much more. We're going to be bringing you exclusive info straight from the source. But do not forget to follow us on Twitter. That's at Bethesda, and using the hashtag BE3. We even have a very cool t-shirt for anyone whose question we ask on the air. But right now, we are here at the Elder Scrolls pub, where there's beer and massive turkey legs, because
I want to go to an Elder Scrolls pub.
in medieval fantasy times. Anyway, I am
the
here
fuck
with the
are we
Elder
doing
Scrolls
wrong?
Online's creative director, Matt Firor. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
And congratulations.
I want to see what his first question is.
So, Elder Scrolls Online has had a very big year last year in 2015. I know you're making sure it's going to have just as big a year in 2016, but you really did listen to the community and make a lot of changes to the game. What inspired you to do that, and how did you prioritize what you wanted to do with the game?
Yeah, so after PC launch,
so
we looked at the feedback.
We don't need to know all this stuff.
Yeah. So we sat down.
Yeah, not really.
So some immediate takebacks. How do you guys feel?
Well, let's see. I was I'll be honest, Dishonored. I played it a little bit. I got about halfway through that first one. I kind of lost interest because I'm not a big fan of linear story anymore.
Yeah.
I know that's where games originated into the linear, side scroll platform. It's all that linear gaming.
Linear.
But open, whatever. I can't speak English. The open world from Bethesda is kind of what I fell in love with Bethesda.
I agree.
So when I see Dishonored, to me personally, it doesn't feel like a Bethesda game. Like, it's a good game. It just you got to remember,
it's being it's being published by Bethesda Publishing, not being done by Bethesda Softworks, which is the game developers.
Either way, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh no, I was gonna say either way though. If I see Bethesda on a box, whether it says Bethesda Softworks or just straight up Bethesda, I'm expecting Bethesda. You know, like majority of people out there. I mean, I could be wrong, but not a lot of people know the difference between Bethesda Softworks and Bethesda.
Or like ZeniMax.
ZeniMax and all that crap.
Right.
I think that turned me off with Dishonored. The first time I tried to play it, of course, I'm a trophy whore, so I look at the trophy requirements, and one of them is to beat the game without killing anybody. So, of course, I'm trying to do that, and I just get frustrated with it, and I just stop playing it because, God, that game made it very fun to kill things, and trying to get that trophy of no kills was just not a best way to play the game the first time through. So, I do want to give it a good shot because I would like to play the new one. And since they're going to give it away for free with the pre-order, that's not a bad place to start. On some of the kind of smaller-ish things that we can cover kind of quick. Interesting what they're doing with Doom with some of the free DLC they're putting out, and then allowing people to play the first level for free. I think that's super smart.
It is very smart.
I think that's fantastic. Yeah, that is great.
Because Doom has been met with a lot of great reviews. A lot of people haven't been willing to shell out $60 to try the game that is to youngsters some ancient relic, and to older guys, oh, you're rehashing an old thing. Just come up with something new. So I think that's awesome. Everyone will have a chance to play the first level, and then Darkside and I have said it plenty of times. It looks great for the campaign. The multiplayer is much more Twitch shooter. Yeah. So it's like a whole different flavor.
It's a whole nother beast.
We just haven't been willing to shell out the money to try something we're not 100% sure we're going to fall in love with. But being able to play the first level, that's beautiful. I love it.
On the other hand, though, with the online being a totally different beast, you do have the campaign, which is very Doom-esque. And then you have the multiplayer, which is very arena.
Oh, yeah.
And the way you look at AAA titles anymore is that's two different games you're getting for the price of one.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
So just that alone, even if the arena is just haphazard at best, that arena by itself could be sold for a full price game, and people would buy it.
And I think this is where I fall a little bit differently than a lot of people, although I think you might agree. Is So like one of the examples I come with, it's not gaming, but like okay, Transformers, right? Everyone hates the
Right.
movies. Everyone hates Michael Bay because it's just explosions and Megan Fox. But
Yeah, but
and,
what's
and, and
wrong
it's
with explosions and Megan Fox?
right, except for her thumbs, nothing. But a lot of
Right,
people like to
okay.
compare it to the '80s cartoons that we all grew up with, and of course that's mixed with nostalgia. It's mixed with it's not the same. But I can go and watch a Transformers movie and enjoy it for what it is. I paid $10, $11, whatever, to be entertained for a couple hours, and I feel it's worth it.
Yeah,
are they the
I like
same
watching
level?
the Expendable movies. They're literally nothing but explosions and
Yeah.
cuss words.
Oh, what's up,
Yeah.
Dark? So made by a certain fitting, by the way. Oh, okay, cool.
I haven't
So
seen them in
and,
the campaign.
and that makes complete sense. So it's two different, and so that attests more to what Bobby's saying. Just kind of two for the price of one. But so how I relate that to gaming is, if I'm gonna pay $60 for a game and I can get I don't know.
Yeah, what is your value per dollar estimation on your
It's
games?
so hard to put because like I look at it depends on what kind of game. Now, are we talking about an RPG like Disgaea? I expect to put hundreds of hours. I mean, 400 or 500 of hours into that game.
Same here.
Over the time that I own it. Or am I talking about a game once again like a Bethesda game, Skyrim or Fallout? Once again, hundreds of hours. But a game like Doom, I wouldn't expect to put hundreds of hours. It's gonna be a shooter. It's gonna be campaign. It's gonna be linear. So you're gonna go through the game a couple of times where there's gonna be some extra challenges to play. So I don't know. I think that's where I just had a hard time. Maybe I'll be willing to pay $40 for it, 60 for just looking at that
Well,
one
see-
part of it. So that's what made it hard for me. But it just makes me super excited. I'm gonna go home tonight, download level 1 of Doom, and I'm gonna play it. Well,
Oh yeah.
I have a quiz tomorrow morning, so maybe I'll download it and play it tomorrow. But I'm downloading it regardless.
So let me throw my 2 cents at that price argument there. The way it's and this is for before I say anything, this is for Bethesda, not all games. I don't feel like this is not my opinion for every game out there for everything going on. This is for Bethesda. My opinion for Bethesda, and I want to sink that home. So I pay for Skyrim. Rolling back to Skyrim. I paid. I bought the Legendary Edition for Xbox. Or no, I'm sorry, the Collector's Edition for Xbox 360 when it released. I bought the Legendary Edition right when it came out for PC. I spent a lot of money on that game, and I do not feel bad about it at all. Like every penny was worth it to me. I spent over $200 on Skyrim. I would have, I did it because I knew that a game like that is going to keep me like Morrowind. I got 7, 8, 900 hours out of one character. Morrowind.
Yeah, same here.
Oblivion, 300-400 hours, and I didn't, and I'm still sitting here going, I'm not sure if I liked Oblivion, and I still put 400 hours into it. So I know that Skyrim rolls around. I'm not gonna feel bad throwing $140 or whatever it was at a dragon statue that looks sick as fuck sitting on my shelf over there.
I still regret not buying it.
So see, and then they turn around and they pull out Doom, which is my guess it's a first person shooter, the setting and all that stuff. I'd say at best around 16 hours of campaign. I will happily, in Bethesda's case, pay full price for that game because me personally, I feel bad. I spent as much as I possibly could on these games, and I spent like over the course of Elder Scrolls 3, 4, and 5, over 1,000 hours, like 1,200 easy.
Oh yeah, dude. I think we've all sunk like a lifetime into those games.
And so as a company that puts out excellent content, if you're going to give me a great 16-hour game, I'll pay a little bit more for it because, I mean, that's my opinion. I'm okay with it. Like,
it's funny that you mentioned that because did you happen to play? It was an exclusive on PS4, but the Order 1886.
wait, what? Say that one more time.
There was a game on PS4. It was exclusive called the Order 1886. Did you happen to play it?
I did not know.
You can beat it in 8 hours. It's a really short game, but
Okay.
I massively enjoyed it. Very fun, easy platinum too, but very fun. Third-person Gears of War style over-the-shoulder shooter. Solid story, and it left me wanting more. Yes, I'm disappointed how short it was for
I believe it was
the
6
kind of game
hours,
it is.
right?
Roughly 8 if you
Roughly 8?
if you semi-completionist. So you probably get the trophy, probably about 10, the full platinum, about 10 to do a little cleanup because you gotta get a bunch of kills with different styles. But anyway, just to run through the game, probably 6 to 8 depending on how good you are at shooters. But so that just makes me think of it kind of what you said brought that to mind is yeah, you're willing to pay $60 for a solid 16 hours of play. I think I paid $30 for the Order 1886, and I was very happy with my $30, even though it was only 8 hours. And because visually it was stunning, it was beautiful, and then it was a solid story. So I think I agree with you, is all I'll say. With in terms of Doom. Now, just for argument's sake, I looked up how long it is. Everyone is saying 10 to 12 hours on Doom campaign. So you're just about on the dot there.
All right, yeah, that's what I kind of guessed.
So that's cool.
I was trying to be a little optimistic.
Yeah. Well, hey, but if you're a completionist, it will take you, a few more hours to find every little thing and get every different type of kill. Because I'm assuming it's going to have achievements or trophies or challenges related to get 28 kills with this kind of weapon and 100 kills with this other kind of weapon. So that'll be
right.
Cool.
And if you're like me, I go back and get all those trophies.
Yeah.
The first time I played through the game, I just have fucking good old fashioned fun.
So Dart over here saying that he looks like he really much liked the campaign. Got lots of upgrades, cool level design, secrets, enemies, brought back old elements. So yeah, so I mean that's so Dart, since you've played it, I mean, do you feel are you happy with I'm assuming $60 you spent for the game?
It'll take him.
It'll take him a moment. But so okay. But yeah, I mean, I think we're all really glad, and I'm really happy that a developer's doing this. Maybe it'll set a new trend for people to.
Maybe we'll start getting fucking demos back.
Yeah. Well, and then gosh, remember when games used to come with demos for the upcoming games?
Yeah.
But that'd be cool because then nowadays it's all betas and it's all and I understand the purpose of betas and they're fine and all.
Yeah, half the beta, like 90% of the betas out there aren't fucking betas. They're fucking, hey, check out the game. We're gonna call it a beta in case you run into some bugs,
right? Because
then you can't hold us liable for the finished product.
Yeah.
But it's like when you do a beta a week or two before the game's coming out, you're done. Your game is done. It's not a fucking beta.
No, it's probably already printed and everything out. Well, that is where they get their day one probably patches though.
That's probably where they get their day one patches. But still.
So let's see. Quake Champions. Since we're going on shooters, looks like it's they pretty much said it.
It's a hero shooter.
Hero shooter. Are we happy about that? Disappointed? I mean,
I like the hero shooters. I like to watch them.
And we're talking Overwatch style, right? Is what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Each character, she was able to teleport. Homeboy, the big dude, fucking.
He just headbutting people.
He did a fucking ram.
Hashtag flat top killer.
Flat top killer over here.
That's his name now. I don't care what his name is. It's flat top killer.
Flat top hacksaw. But no, yeah, I bring them on, man.
The fucking gut punch rearranger.
Cool. I mean, yeah. I'm excited to see what kind of thing that is. So yeah, so it looks like Dart agrees, worth the $50 price tag, and was very fun and awesome. So cool. I mean, I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited that it's going to keep getting content because I think that's something that some other developers have fallen short on. They release a good game, and then the content kind of just dies for it, And Bethesda, I mean, they're doing an awesome job with Fallout 4.
For crying out loud, they're fucking supporting Fallout Shelter still.
Isn't that insane?
Fallout Shelter.
Man, and
look at the support they have for that.
To PC.
No joke. Yeah,
and
coming to PC.
The fuck?
I want.
I want
anyone.
That's how a developer should be. When you put out a game, you fucking support it until it's dead. Yeah. You don't milk it. They're not milking it, but they're supporting it.
Right, which is what game development should be.
Yeah.
And not these gigantic games that we have out there. I'm not gonna throw out any names actually. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Right.
For these gigantic, huge, I mean massive fan base, and they have millions upon millions of players, and they still pennies, dimes, nickels, whatever they can fucking squeeze out of you.
You know what annoys me is when it's I think we're all thinking about the same kind of devs and publishers. You have a huge game, and
fuck it, dude. No, we're gaming history. We can talk about them. We're talking about Activision.
Yeah, and it takes you like with Call of Duty. How many people buy that season pass, and they're expecting something, and you don't get your first DLC like almost 6 months later sometimes.
Yeah, and then like right now they've announced they announced the next Call of Duty, right?
Right.
They're not done with their fucking map packs.
That's what
They're on number 3. They do 4. They haven't even done 4 map packs yet. They're on their 3rd one.
This is the kind of thing, the yearly installations of like Madden and
Yeah.
NBA that started
You haven't-
disappointing me with
you-
a lot of the games out there.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't even finished support for one game, and you're already announcing the sequel.
It's terrible. Oh wait, Fallout
Well,
stuff.
if you,
Whoa, hold on.
yo, this is just the this is just a trailer for the harbor.
So
Trailer for Far Harbor.
Oh, for Fire Harbor? Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we're already there.
I haven't played
I
it yet.
said I just wanted to throw that out there. That's just a trailer for
So,
Far Harbor.
For
Calm
Fire
down.
Fallout, we get
Calm
excited.
down. All right, everybody, take a breath. All right, let's go.
Okay, well, then, speaking of Fallout some more though, VR Fallout,
Bruh.
game
You know,
over.
I'm
Bobby,
excited.
really quick.
Yo,
When am I getting the 980 Ti, sir? So I can VR this bitch?
Yo, get in touch with AMD and get them to release that
So,
fucking Zen processor.
Bro, that's not happening till August.
Well, you got it till August then, bitch.
You fucking cocksucker.
Whoa,
Yeah.
so graphic.
Passion.
This fucking asshole.
So we talked about Fallout, and that's cool. And
Hey,
Shelter.
God Howard, hold on.
Oh,
God
wait a
Howard
minute.
is speaking.
Morgan and I
Oh,
are
everyone
always,
shut
but
up.
especially this time, very, very excited that Todd Howard, game director
God
of
Howard,
Bethesda Game Studios,
asshole.
has
God Howard.
joined us on stage. Todd, you had one of
G-O-double-D.
those busy years since we saw you last year, and you talked about that Fallout 4, Fallout Shelter game.
Yeah, we've been very, very busy supporting the game. Our fans are amazing, and you saw some of that tonight, but we have so much stuff coming out because
I just
we
want to
love the
hug
games.
him
We
and
want to make them
squeeze
better
him.
for everybody.
Yes, you have been working on 3 add-ons, and you just announced 3 more add-ons. They Contraptions Workshop, Vault Tech Workshop, and of course, Nuka World. So, what exactly is Nuka World?
Nuka World it's actually going to be our last DLC for fall. We want to go out with a big one. So it is a big story-based DLC, new world area of the map to go to, and it's
Dude, I got
big
something
amusement
to
park
say when
that's
we're done
been
here.
Taken over by Raiders. We're going to have a lot more
The
info
god is
as
speaking.
it gets closer to release in August.
So it's just to clarify, it's an amusement park that existed before the apocalypse.
It's a pre-war amusement
Got
park.
it.
Because it doesn't
It's
look
kinda
that
like,
amusing
the
right
Disney
now.
World Hershey Park of Nuka-Cola, so it has all these areas. I don't want to spoil it yet.
No,
It's-
I
It's
understand.
exciting. It's big. We think our fans are really going to love it.
Contraptions definitely caught my attention, especially the Rube Goldberg, the ball going down. How dynamic, how extensive can you play around with that? I mean, I assume you guys have been practicing that, and playing around with
Yeah,
it back
actually,
at
it's
the
we
studio.
like to build toys for people to play with. You think of Mousetrap or Rube Goldberg machines, and so contraptions lets us add a lot of switches, conveyor
No
belts,
one else can
elevators.
pull off that
and,
jacket.
I think what our fans and the people who really like Workshop,
There's a
what
sexy
they're going
jacket.
to do with that's going to be pretty incredible.
The one thought I had is when you look at all that metal, and I just know all the
No, that'd be
aluminum,
fierce.
and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I got to go out and look for some aluminum. How much resources is it going to require the player to gather to be able to make some of the more elaborate stuff?
Obviously there's some, but we don't want that to be, a barrier
Right.
to creating this thing you have in your head.
So I'm actually excited to make my own vault from the building standpoint, also because I really like experimenting on my vault dwellers.
Yeah.
As
Morgan's
Adam
just a sweetheart, as we all know. Can I just point that out?
they work for me. But what does this actually add to the game?
So actually with the Vault Tech one, it's not just being able to build the vault, but there's actually it's a workshop pack that actually has a quest to it and what it means to run the vault. There's a little bit of story there, and so you can have some fun with the dwellers.
And I will.
I definitely want to touch on mods because we're about to have the experience of console players able to experience mods. Obviously, the mods are built on PC. Can you've been dealing with the mod community for quite some time with your games. Can you explain to them exactly why this is such a big deal?
Yeah, I think we're seeing that already. We actually just passed 20 million mod downloads, which I think is incredible in a
amazing.
short period of
And
time.
when was it
Damn.
made available?
I
That's
did not
all
expect
in from
that.
the original PC launch, but most of
Okay.
that has been Xbox One in the last, maybe it's 2 weeks. I might have it slightly wrong.
But some people obviously have an interest in this kind of content and
Yeah, I
a
mean,
hunger
they're
for
like,
it.
starving for that kind of experience. And we've worked really hard and long on getting that on console. We're doing the PS4 work now. There's, some complication there in every system to get it working. And so We think that modding, it's been great with PC gaming, but it's great. It's a great thing about our games where people can make it their own, where it's not just what we shipped, and they have this whole library and all of these things they could do with the game that instantly come up. So it makes the game live a very long life, and you see that with
People
with Skyrim,
still
for
play
example, on
Skyrim.
the PC.
Came out
5 years later.
2011.
Yes, we should talk about
Yeah.
Skyrim.
Yep.
You showed
5
Definitive
years
Edition
old.
on the stage. Why are you
And-
revisiting this now?
It still looks
You know, we
good.
love Skyrim, and so we go back to it, and we had actually ported it. We did like an initial Xbox One port just to learn the system when we first got the Xbox One hardware, and really over the last year, we came
Look
back
at
to it,
that.
and
Dude, that
it's
that
just
change.
to see that game come alive again.
Look at this
and
change.
how much
Nothing
fun
changed.
You've had remastering the artwork.
Yeah, there's a yellow
It really
filter.
is a special game. It's like we're fans of it as well. We make the
Fucking
games for
Xbox.
ourselves.
Put it on Instagram.
So it scratches a very
Right, so if you wear
unique
blue
itch when you
goggles
play it. It's
while
hard to
you're
put down.
playing, it looks
And
great.
I want to clarify, because when you showed like kind of the versions, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, but there's also PC, that this is more than just, you know, you more spit and polish on it. Like there is
You know, on
a
the-
lot
on
of
the
work
upside
gone
with
into it that
this-
even the PC player can experience.
They're like, here's the
I couldn't
remastered
hear your
version
question
so that you
completely.
don't have to
I am
waste
so
not wearing
sorry.
a headset.
your
I just
limited mod
realized
space
that.
He
on
was,
textures.
we're sort of actually
True.
both
Kinda cool.
wondering.
That
like,
is
there's
nice.
an Xbox version, a PlayStation version, but there's also a PC
There's
version,
an
and
Xbox
sort of
One version, there's a PS4
Right.
version, and then there's a PC version. Now
Right.
we have, with Skyrim, we have remastered the art, so even the
Wait,
textures
what?
are, you know, they're even higher res than the HD pack
They're
that we
doing
did
a
on the PC.
remaster
And
for
all
the
shader
PC.
work is much more advanced we had on the PC. But regardless, we feel
I have to buy
that
it
the
a
PC
third
players
time?
had a similar
Yes.
experience for a while if they get some
God,
of
Howard
the
has
mods.
spoken.
And because of that, if
The God
somebody
has spoken.
owns
He
all
needs
of
my
the
money.
Skyrim stuff already on PC, we are going
The
to
little
entitle them a
offerings
free
basket
copy
is on its way.
of special edition on the
We're
PC.
getting a free copy of the special
And our
edition.
PC audience has been with us for a really
On
long
PC.
time. They also make the mods.
Actually,
so
I own it.
We felt it was the right thing to do.
I can feel
We're
it.
getting it for free.
In great happiness as we
It'll be-
speak.
Oh,
When is
God.
Definitive Edition
Okay,
coming out?
so let me get that right.
28th,
If we already
October
have it and they're just
Cool, I
upgrading
think
it,
we
Yep,
also
we're
have
getting
a
a special
Oh,
edition, like another.
Like Divinity
I'll wait
originals
because I'm
in it.
closer.
Yeah, like Divinity
Dan
did.
2000 from Twitter wants to know, where do you get your inspiration and ideas for the
Okay.
amazing Fallout DLCs?
We actually do a thing at the end of each project called a game jam. Let everyone on the team do whatever they want, and they have to add it into the game. And a lot of the folks on the team, they're very, very creative. They come up with great ideas, and it's really something we look at it together and we say, okay, what are the best ideas in this game jam that we want to put into DLC or put into updates? Survival mode, which has been really popular, was a game jam idea that a few of the guys did, and that's really where the ideas come across. The whole team, great group, amazing group.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Fallout Shelter. Now, you announced it and released it at last year's showcase. How has it been doing for you guys?
Amazing experience. We were, last year, we've been busy this year. Last year was crazy leading up to this event where we're announcing and releasing a mobile game on top of Fallout 4, and it's a little weird. We say like 50 million
Bethesda's
people
killing it.
have played it. That's more
Killing
people
it.
than every other Fallout game combined. So it's a little weird to think that is, there's just so many people.
That there might be someone out there playing Fallout Shelter that doesn't know the games that it was actually based
There's
on.
obviously, yeah. There's
Wow.
just a lot of it's bizarre to think.
Yeah.
And so, been a great experience for us developing on mobile, or a game that
all
has a
universal
quicker
thing.
dev time,
Nope,
lets us
you don't.
update it a lot, is a lot of fun in a different way, something we enjoy. So, it's been a great experience, and we're going to do more mobile games in the future.
How do the quests work in Fallout Shelter?
The quests, so what you do is you build an overseer's room, and from the overseer's room,
But I could smell
there's
them
a
from
whole
that
list of
distance.
quests. They're like daily quests and quest lines, and then you
There's
form a party
dailies.
of 3 dwellers, and you
Awesome.
send them out. And you saw that in some of the footage where they will
Give me
find
dailies
buildings,
on
be able to
Fallout
go into
4.
them, they'll meet new characters.
Right? Oh,
So
yes.
it's a really nice addition to the game and something that we've wanted, we think our players have wanted as well.
is that so
now,
much to
you
ask,
have a
God
Fallout
Howard?
4 VR demo right here.
Yeah.
What will people experience when they go check that out?
I always blindly follow
well,
you.
for this, we've set people up
Into
near
the
the Red
oblivion
Rocket
of a money
with
pit.
dog meat.
I ask you
and
one
that really
thing.
is, we had looked at it for a while. Should we do it, or what should we
Dailies.
do with VR? And we had felt
On
as we
all
were
your
finishing up
games.
Fallout 4, it is the perfect game for us
No,
to
we
do.
need to go
We
find
made
this
it,
Bub
but,
Sturts
it's
dude right here and
it's the
just
perfect game for
remove his
VR.
jugular.
because I think when people think about VR, they want to be in.
Bro, you know that means the next
They want
Elder
to walk
Scrolls
around. They
is
want to go
VR
anywhere.
right out the
Next
gate.
We have a demo
Next
here,
year
but it's
as
actually
well.
the whole game. If we don't kick someone off,
Yeah,
we can
there's
get
a
out
reason
in the
why
city. Like, our view
I will
is,
touch upon
let's-
after God
let's not
Howard's
make,
done speaking.
like
Alright,
a short
alright.
version of Fallout 4. The promise is the whole game, and that's what we're going to be doing. It's just, the interface is already on your wrist. You can just pull it up and switch around, playing with the weapons, and it's exciting for us. Where even though we've lived in the game, to step it into in VR, it becomes real on another level, and it's one of those things that I hate kind of describing.
Oh,
You
no,
see
I
it-
mean, it's really, really hard to do.
I think that's true. It's really true for a lot of VR stuff.
Yeah.
But this one is really clicked even more than we thought it would. We're really excited about it.
From the moment that VR looked like it was going to happen, with Oculus, with Vive, and everything like that, the first game that I saw people talking about that they wanted to experience in that was Fallout, and you have delivered it way earlier than I ever thought it was going to happen. So, I mean, I'm incredibly excited. Todd, thank you so
Thank you.
much
As always,
for
it's
stopping
great to
by.
see you
Yes,
both.
always good to
How
see you.
dare
There'll
you
be a
speak
lot
to
more
him
Fallout
with his
play
first
for
name?
Fallout 4 and Fallout Shelter.
Yes, we've got a lot more showcase for you as well. Remember to follow along on Twitter at Bethesda. Use the hashtag BE3. While we take a very quick break, take another look at the Dishonored 2 trailer, and when we get back, we'll talk with Harvey Smith.
All right.
Man.
So, what I was going to touch upon really quickly, he said Nuka World was going to be the last DLC. And it comes out this year.
Yes. July,
That
August.
leaves next year,
Elder Scrolls.
which will be 6 years between Elder Scrolls.
Yes. We will
Which
get Elder
we're
Scrolls 6 next
going to get Elder Scrolls 6 next year.
year. Okay. Well,
Elder
we'll have to speculate on
Scrolls.
that later. That's going to be a whole...
6.
My side note, I think the most important thing about the DLCs for Fallout is that I want to wear that mascot Nuka Cola mascot thing. I want to wear that.
Yo, yeah, let me get down on that with you.
I wanna wear that. Let's go. Both of us together.
We will do this together.
So, still sticking with
Beautiful
Bethesda, let's
Is there
go.
anything else?
Yeah, let's go back to Elder Scrolls Legends.
No.
I am excited about Elder Scrolls Legends. I very much enjoy TCGs.
You know, when I first saw it, I'm gonna give you my first impressions because my first impressions generally suck when they fall out of my mouth. So, first impressions, I went fuck another card game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now that I'm actually thinking about it, I do like card games. I don't like the way that they generally go on mobile or on like Hearthstone, for instance, or even Magic: The Gathering online. They're decent, but it's such a fine line between doing it right and being a greedy bitch.
Now, Bobby, I recall you enjoy Pokemon.
I love Pokemon.
Have you played the Pokemon TCG online?
Nope. And that's why.
It is fantastic. It is well done. Here's you mentioned Magic: The Gathering Online. You mentioned Hearthstone. There are things about both of those that I do not like. For Hearthstone, it's so difficult to get the good cards without spending money, and that same thing
And without
goes-
spending a lot of money.
a lot of money. And the same thing goes for Magic: The Gathering Online. Now, Magic: The Gathering has some loopholes where you can buy cards online from people, and you can do it, but you got to spend real money to get anywhere in it. Pokemon, on the other hand, every time you play, every day you play, there's little bonuses you get for logging in. There's different challenges you can complete to earn in-game currency to purchase booster packs and get the cards you need. So that's what I enjoy of it, and that's what I hope we see a version of that.
And you know what? I have not played the Pokemon TCG online, so I did not know of that. But that is exactly what a card game needs to be.
There can only be one master, so I understand.
I got nothing.
Okay, but yes, I'm excited to see. So it's going to be story driven, it seems. That'll be interesting to see. A TCG hasn't done that well yet.
How do you think they're going to handle cards?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to bring up. With how open, vast, and varied that world is, the only thing that's really consistent is the goddamn mud crabs. That's the only thing.
No,
that's
the
like,
the
oh,
races are consistent.
that is true, but they're always different. You have a ranger, you have an assassin, a warrior, a mage, and there's 400 different kinds of mages.
That's cool.
So you
We can
have a-
have one of each race.
Right.
Like
Yeah, we can. We can. But is it going to be Khajiit mage, or Khajiit thief, or
or all of them.
yeah,
Like
or
they could do a whole bunch of stuff, and then they can just
Or
draw
is it
from the
gonna be-
lore of all the Elder
right.
Scrolls.
That's exactly what I just written down.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna pull information based off of NPCs, based on a lot of the books that are in the game.
Oh,
that
yeah.
maybe some people read. So it'll be cool because they'll have. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm hoping it's not a traditional rock paper scissors sort of situation.
No.
Fire beats water, water beats fire.
I'm
fire beats
hoping
grass.
more depth, as in like magic.
Yes, give me 5. Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can do it because then if they go like a magic style mana support, and then the support card systems, all the spells that mages can use in all those different schools will be different spells. There's a lot of the ancient stuff that we can see from the Dwemer and and then the Drugar, right? No. What are the dead undead zombie words called?
Oh, the Draugr.
Draugr.
Okay, I was close. So we might see stuff like that. I mean, we'll see a lot of the we'll see a lot of the named weapons. The Daedric. That would be maybe a whole other set or school or something like that. But I think they might go hero card maybe like with Hearthstone, where you have that shaman, for example, right? Because we saw those 3 different characters.
Yeah.
I would really like to see something that is not of the Hearthstone Magic the Gathering, and I did use those in the same example. But I would like to see something not like that. Like you have Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering are very similar. They have a lot of similarities, especially their. I don't know if you guys ever played the old Magic the Gathering. I think it was called like Battlefield or Battle something. Where you actually like physically ran around with one of the heroes from that time's lore, and you build. Yeah. And so you like put your deck together, and it's only a couple cards, but every so often a mana crystal appeared. And then when you picked that up, you gained 1 more mana. And then over time, it just kind of regenerated as, the game progressed. And then you could do stuff like generate mana crystals, and it makes it go faster. You could cast more spells and summon more creatures and do all this stuff. That mechanic is almost dead on to what, if you were to take that game, everything about that game, and turn it into a digital card game, Hearthstone is the closest you could possibly get to it.
I don't care for how Hearthstone does the resource management, just because everyone gets 10 every time, period. And at least a traditional Magic the Gathering, you have to, it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, how you'll build your deck, how you get the mana to tap it and use it.
And the mana management starts when you're putting cards together.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, well, I have 7, so I can do this, this, and this. It's literally like you take rock, paper, scissors and add an equation to get the best result. That's what they did with Hearthstone. That's my feeling with it anyway.
I've never played the RuneScape card game, Dart, so I'm not 100% sure on it.
I never even heard of it.
So.
One feature I wanted to bring up was how they said they're going to do a 2-lanes, and that reminds me of Gwent. How Gwent from Witcher 3, the Gwent card game had the 3 lanes, and Gwent's amazing.
Gwent was a great mini game, great card game.
They're actually making a legit card game out of it, by the way.
Both the DLC packs, Blood and Wine, and the whatever the first one was called.
Yeah,
you could buy it physically, and it would get you would get physical cards, and I think the collector's edition of the initial game came with the set as well.
Yeah.
So you can play them that way. But I don't know. I mean, they could go so many different directions with it. TCG is. I mean, it's
trading cards is trading cards. No matter which way you cut it, you got trading cards. It's trading cards.
Now, do we hope we'll see both a digital iteration and a physical iteration?
So far, it's only digital. So far.
Okay.
I'm looking at.
If it gains popularity, I would not put physical off the table at all.
And I agree. I want to look at it in a very cautiously optimistic standpoint.
Never played Duelist either, Dart. Sorry. Sorry, Dart. You got all these games. I'll look them up. I swear I'll look them up and find out, what they're like. I'm sorry, I haven't played Duelist. It rings a bell, but I can't remember it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited for it. I enjoy TCG. It's a lore we all love. I mean, Geo Double D approved it, so it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah.
And then which leads me to my next question: when does this Elder Scrolls card game turn into Fallout cards?
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
No,
That's the
honestly,
correct
they
answer.
don't have as much to play with in the Fallout universe. I mean, I guess they do, but
They do.
Yeah,
They
they
got.
absolutely do. Oh hell yes, they do. Not only do they have all their monsters and they're ridiculous, there's almost just as much lore in the Fallout as and I am biased on the Elder Scrolls side of the world.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'll be with two Fallout fans sitting on the other side of this mic. You know,
Bruh, no,
so I can say that.
Bethesda, period. Like, Bethesda Softworks, period. So, in other words, Fallout and Elder Scrolls, they're one of my favorite series.
Yeah, you put it this way: if you'd made me choose, I would die.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know what to choose.
Both. Fucking both.
Yeah, I would die of starvation and dehydration because it would take me that long to make up my mind. They're just both so great for different reasons and the same reasons at the same time.
They are.
But no, my only thing with it turning into a card game would be, like Elder Scrolls has tons of magic, tons of races, and while there's some similar things like that with like radiation and the super mutants and other that, I don't know. I don't see as many elements available. Not that I'd be against it. I'd watch it. Hell not. I'd try it.
No, that would be one hell of a card game, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
There would be some crazy shit coming out of a game like that.
Let's see,
So
what else we
Legends,
got?
we talked about Fallout Shelter update. I mean, I think last thing on DLC for Fallout 4, I know I'm probably being too optimistic. I just really hope it's part of the
It's part of the season pass.
Part of the season pass.
They're doing two
Mousetrap.
smaller updates. We're getting the contraptions, and then we're getting the Nuka World, which is a big one, and then we're also getting the Fallout the vault.
The vault. Now, the reason I strongly feel that it's going to be part of it because they raised the price.
Yep.
And they said buy it now because it's going to go up on whatever date it was going to go up in price. Buy it now and you guarantee yourself
all the DLC.
And then them doing only 3 DLC packs for $50, little overpriced.
Yeah.
For what I understand, Far Harbor got great reviews. I have not played it yet.
Apparently, people are saying Far Harbor is what Fallout 4 should have been.
That's what I've heard a lot too. And,
apparently, the story chain for Far Harbor, the characters in Far Harbor, it had actual choice and consequence. Is what people are saying.
I did kill a legendary person, and I got a harpoon gun, but I had no ammo for it. So it just sitting in a box. But I'm like, oh, cool, harpoon gun. I can't use it. Here's in a box. So
wait a minute. See, hold on. Let's roll back to that. Fallout 4. On those opinions for the Far Harbor having severe consequences for the choices you or rewards. I felt as though that the handful of main decisions that you actually make in Fallout 4 were almost too much. Once they told me that you can do this and this only, and this is how the rest of the end, like after your story's over and you want to continue the game and play in this world, this is it. You're making that choice right now.
Yeah, that's fucking hardcore.
And I'm sitting there like I want to see, at in the end of my game, it's a double-edged sword for me. I like seeing that, the shit that I did in that story takes place.
Yeah, that's always dope. But that's where you go. Hey, roll another character like D&D. Roll another fucking character.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Bobby, with that. It's just I felt there were in Elder Scrolls you can be part of every damn guild and almost none of them contradict each other. I understand how in this much smaller area, just the one Commonwealth, how the 4 main factions
Well, let me stop you real quick.
Go ahead.
If you roll back a couple of games into the Elder Scrolls 3, if I remember correctly, Morrowind, correct? If I remember right, it's been a long time since I played, so I could be wrong. But if you were to do something like the two big guys, you got the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild. If you were to move up your ranks in the Fighters Guild, you kind of got shit on by the Mages Guild.
I
They
don't
didn't like
remember. It's
you.
been so long since I played
I
Morrowind
want to say
that I
that's
don't
how it
remember.
worked. I want to say that's how it worked, but I know, at least with those two, as an example, I know that there was some.
But I know
faction-
Oblivion and Skyrim, you could grab all of them and do everything all at once.
Right,
You can
just-
literally be God, essentially.
Yeah, you do everything. You are
the master thief. You are the master
The
archmage, and you're
leader,
the master fighter.
right.
Which, you know what, in some ways, I don't like.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to do it all.
Well, that's why whenever I did a playthrough
No.
for Skyrim, I didn't do everything. I did, all right,
Well,
when I
here's-
built the dude, I was like, he's going to be my mage. Guess what? He's going to do the Mages Guild. He's not going to touch the Fighters Guild at all.
Here's what I actually want to see in an Elder Scrolls like that. And I know we're getting way off topic of the E3 stuff right now, but whatever. So here's what I want to see personally out of a Elder Scrolls. When I hit the end of that game, and I want to go do whatever the story may be, let it, like destroy a town or blow up a world or do whatever you're gonna do. Send me to another dimension. I don't care, right? It's all been done in the Elder Scrolls. That place is nuts. But when you hit the end of I am the guild master, the archmage, the master assassin, the master thief, whatever, right? I want there to not necessarily be
Fucking
just that was me.
I know.
So I want to see something that is put my ass to work.
Yeah.
You know what
Okay,
I mean?
yeah.
Give me the end of that. I am the guild fucking master.
I
So,
know
like,
they
some,
need to have
Radiant
some.
quests.
Yeah, they need to have some Radiant quests for the end.
Not just Radiant Quest. I don't want like, oh well, you're the guild master, so you got to do this. Make me put shit like other people to work. Give me stuff to make happen in this world. They have the technology, or they have the ability. Look at Fallout 4's. Their settlement. You can send people back and forth to kind of do little small odd jobs. You can assign them to farming
That's
and getting water and doing all this stuff. It's all little tiny shit, but it's just one more piece of maintenance.
Still
You know,
wonder
like
how.
it kind of sucks because you're like, oh well, I don't have any fucking water here. Fuck that settlement. I don't care.
Right.
But for the people that do and want that, it's there. You know, you don't need it. You can survive without it. You know, you can still get through the game.
Yeah.
But it's something that you can do, and it's something you could totally fucking ignore the rest of the game and just go do that.
Yeah.
You know, like you could fuck the story. I don't care. I want to just settlements all day because I like chores. I don't know what your fancy is, but like that's something that can be done. Give me that. If that's not in the next Elder Scrolls,
You're still gonna play it.
I'm still gonna play the shit out of it. But
You're gonna write a strongly worded letter to God Howard, is what you're saying? Or you're gonna pray really hard?
No, the only thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna bitch more than I already do.
That's cool. We'll have it on stream because
Right.
I'm
All
sure
bitch together.
we can all bitch together.
Right. We'll do that.
And I can tell you're being an ungrateful asshole.
All right.
And see
So,
that I don't want that. I don't want that.
so staying on Elder Scrolls just a little bit, how impressed are we that that PC players are getting a free upgrade to the special edition?
Oh my god.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. I mean, technically, we don't need it because we
No.
get with mods, we can
But-
get the visuals that they're putting in. But the fact that they're just giving it to us anyways for the ones who already own everything, that's amazing.
Because they understand you don't need it, you're not going to buy it. Let's give it to you for free, and then let's probably take a little bit of load off of your rig, and you might be able to take off some of your
Some of your
texture
mods, yeah, we don't need some of those texture mods
Yeah,
anymore.
just here's the way, the way I heard it.
Because honestly, do
When-
we need 4K rock textures for every rock?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you gonna say, Bobby?
That was a bad question.
I know. We're PC players. We need everything. We need
Yeah,
4K. We need 8K.
This wood isn't
Yeah.
realistic.
Do we need 4K textures on everything?
Yeah. Yes. That was bad.
Really?
Gamer 10 on his PC?
No, right? I'm gonna hand over my PC card for right now.
I'm super excited for console
keep it on the
players
desk.
to be able to get an upgraded Skyrim because a lot of people really loved it and it has been a long time. And it's going to be a nice, hold you over until Elder Scrolls 6. So
I cannot wait for the shitstorm that is brewing for that.
What do you
graphics
mean?
Upgrade from PS3 to PS4. We had a full graphics overhaul.
Yeah.
For
It-
Xbox 360 to Xbox One, we had a yellow filter added. That is it.
And
That is
I
it.
hope they just gave a poor video for it. But
it wasn't a good image.
but if there's gonna be a shit show. There's gonna we will cover it right here on Dark Side Junkie.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, we will.
absolutely. I want to see that just. That's gonna be fucking just.
It's gonna be epic.
I really wish one of us had played Dishonored a little bit more to be able to talk about it more and what we're expecting. But from what we saw, looks really cool. It's gonna bring some more stealth gaming for those who who like that.
There's not enough of those, honestly, out in the market. There's not enough actual stealth combat games out there.
Yeah, not the ones that do it good enough. Like you have your Metal Gear Solids and you have
No.
your Assassin's Creed. And,
Well, even with like the, I
Last
guess
of Us.
still.
Some people like to play Last of Us as a stealth shooter, and on the harder difficulties, you have to stealth it. It's too hard.
Yeah.
I'm playing it on Crushing right now. Oh no, sorry, on Grounded right now, and yeah, they take away your listen through walls ability. So
Oh my god.
it's so hard, but it's fun. So I mean, we don't have a whole hell of a lot to add to Dishonored. It looks amazing. Really cool that they're adding another playable. It's gonna have the people.
So definitely you're gonna have some replay value right there just by adding
this is gonna be two different
players,
perspectives of the game.
two different perspectives and two different play styles.
Yes, which is
Well,
probably the most important part.
here's what I'm hoping is because this that type of game is not necessarily seen by Bethesda, any Bethesda really very often.
Oh.
So I'm a little bit I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, I know.
We'll throw it straight out there. So
One got great
I'm
reviews.
looking at and I believe it. I've watched a lot more gameplay of it than I've actually played. I will admit that. So my opinion may be invalid, but it's now is that going to be now you give us two characters, okay? Is that going to be the same playthrough with different abilities? So that's what changes it.
They said different. They
going...
said two different perspectives, and they said two different play styles.
Yeah, I see.
So different abilities and a different perspective. So I mean,
that doesn't mean that they changed the railroad tracks. You know
okay,
what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Just because you put a different train on it doesn't make it a different route.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a very good analogy too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's
We'll have to. That's a wait and see.
it's a wait and see. But and honestly, probably just going off of what we've seen, you're probably right. I mean, it's going to be the same game twice, but hopefully there's enough different NPC interaction. Because they're going to speak very differently to their. They don't call her queen; they call her the Empress.
Yeah.
They can speak very differently to the Empress that they are her guard.
True.
So
Right.
maybe we'll see a decent enough interaction.
I mean, unless
Go ahead.
unless they make the characters so much different. I mean, look at it. I mean, this is kind of a bad game to compare it with, but principle remains. Playing World of Warcraft. We've all been there.
Yeah.
You roll a tank, right, and you go through this dungeon or this raid or this whatever, right, and then you roll a healer. It's the same fucking raid and the same dungeon and the same whatever you're doing, but you're doing very different things.
That's true.
Well, that's another thing.
So-
I'm hoping that at least the different perspectives and the different gameplay is varied enough to warrant going ahead and going through again.
the second playthrough, and
Right.
and Dart puts it very well here in the chat, saying that it's same level, same mission, but different. You could get completely different cutscenes and different reason why they're doing that mission. So I agree.
That's
with
a
that.
good point,
I agree with that. Very cool.
I do too.
I'm excited for it, and then the different spells that they'll get, and the fact that I felt from what I did play of Dishonored, each one of their spells were different enough that they were fun to use. So hopefully they're being have different spells from Corvo to what's her face, it'll be very, a lot more to explore in that sense.
And let me just throw a shout out right now to the time travel gun.
Right?
Yeah, bro.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god, that thing was amazing.
That is possibly
so
one of the
nasty.
coolest things I have ever seen.
Someone came up with the idea, showed it off in house, and someone said, "Okay, you're getting a raise and, and a promotion."
And you get to touch God Howard.
God damn, man.
You get to wear Todd Howard's jacket today.
Ooh.
That jacket, though.
I want that jacket.
Dude, a jacket. I want it too.
That jacket.
I just put it on the wall.
So
I'm gonna hop back over to Quake Champions real quick.
Oh yeah.
How do we feel about it changing fundamentally from what Quake used to be to a hero shooter?
Well, let me start this one off because I like my own voice. We need we need that. Like Quake was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. I played the fuck out of Quake.
That's just what I wrote.
I will never
exactly
ever one time talk shit about Quake.
No.
Ever.
No.
Even when there was maybe a bad thing that might have happened to Quake. Quake overall has always been really good. But that style of
Those
game
were our
is-
shooters back in early
Yeah, but
in PC gaming. Those were our multiplayer shooters. We didn't
LAN
do
party-
Call of Duties.
LAN party
We didn't
equals
do
Quake.
Battlefields. We did fucking Quake and Unreal tournaments. Like that's
Right,
what
and
we did.
Counter-Strike.
And Counter-Strike, old school Counter-Strike.
No, we're
Right,
on the
1
exact
point,
same thought
whatever.
pattern right there, Bobby. As you were saying that, I was already writing. They have to evolve.
Yep.
They do. They absolutely do. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one that was thinking like that because I was kind of feeling like an asshole for saying Doom had to move on. But I mean, or not Doom. I'm sorry, Quake. I was reading something and it said Doom. So yeah, but no, Quake is like Darkside over here is saying that series is from our past, like that's what we grew up with. Those games do not make it anymore.
No, they
just
don't.
Unfortunately not.
There's not enough. That simple gameplay, that simple, get into the mix and beat the tar out of your friends it's not enough. It's not enough. You have to be able to get online, hide behind a microphone, sound like an 11-year-old child, and beat the shit out of people.
Seriously.
That's where it succeeds.
Well, and here's the thing that
sucks.
Dart says too is after Overwatch, Battleborn, and Lawbreakers coming out, we're gonna have another hero shooter.
And that's a good point, Dart. It doesn't mean it'll be any better or worse, but it's Bethesda, so us Bethesda junkies are gonna be biased. We're gonna want it, play it, and
Right, and Dart actually brings something up for me that takes us way off Bethesda topic. But with Overwatch,
Dead.
Battleborn, and Lawbreakers,
Dead by Light.
you have all of that, and we got the hero shooters coming. I don't want to see another MOBA incident where we have League, and then way later on down the road, we get Dota 2. And then way later on down, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
MOBAs have a good principle behind them. And then they went, Dota 2, and then it just kind of went, there's a couple more, right? And then there's a few more came out, but nothing was real big. This hero shooter thing, I'm loving it that the gaming industry went, this is a great idea. Everyone do one. And then Bethesda having the sack to go, yeah, let's make Quake a hero shooter.
Yeah, seriously. Well, that's
That is
Bethesda.
a
Well,
ballsy
Bethesda's saying, yeah, go ahead, and it's id Software essentially going, let's do a hero shooter, and then Bethesda going, you know what? Wait, we got the fucking cojones to do it. Let's do it.
oh no, look at that.
No. Yeah, that
Jason.
was terrifying.
Yeah, and this is a shout out to this game. I think it's called Dead by Light, right?
That was scary.
Or I forget what it's called exactly.
changed myself for a different reason.
Yeah, I was about to say I just shit my pants.
It's
for
it's
that
it's
guy.
it's essentially a multiplayer Until Dawn. Some person
Oh, no.
plays the bad guy, and you have a bunch of survivors, and you're trying to hide from him.
Dios mío. Oh,
And
no.
he grabbed you. They dead right through. Yep, Jason. He's stabbing right through the bed he's hiding under. Yep. Dead by Daylight. Thank you, Dart. Yes, that's the name of the game. It's in early access right now. Oh no, this is Friday the 13th, the game.
What?
It looked just like Dead by Daylight, didn't it? Holy shit. Well, don't listen to me. I'm an asshole.
Dart, give me bad info.
No, he knew the name of the game I was trying to go for. Be right back. Oh my god, look at that.
That's what you need.
Oh my god.
Yes.
All right, so
Okay.
back to Doom. So yeah, or Quake. Fuck.
Quake. So you did it too, man. Wasn't me.
fucking id, man. Fucking id.
Quake. I mean, I'm excited. It's a hero shooter. Gonna be a hero shooter. It's gonna be fun. And they're putting a lot of stakes that they're gonna be big on the esports scene. I believe it. I see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, fucking. Yeah. You also got to remember, id's the father of first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's only so long they can ride those coattails, but I mean, they're the original, like Doom and Quake and
Well, give
and
me
OG.
the next and biggest, most competitive-iest, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. Hero shooter. You know, you did the first first-person shooter. Give me the first amazing, jaw-dropping, mind fuck of a hero.
Well, here's the
shooter
thing.
that you
So
could make.
we all know how Overwatch plays. I mean, we've all played it.
I enjoy it.
Other than this guy over here, fucking hipster.
I have not.
Bobby
I haven't
didn't
either,
play it?
actually.
Bobby hasn't played it. So for the most part, though, we all know how it plays, and we know how you got your dude, you got your weapon, how each hero plays differently.
I enjoy it.
What could id Software do with Quake to make it different
I don't know.
from that?
there's
And then also you got Lawbreakers, which is a realistic looking. So we have Overwatch that has the cartoony look. Lawbreakers is Unreal 4, with the realistic looks and everything. And then they're going to have the one mechanic they have over Overwatch is the places on the map where gravity is different, where there's either no gravity or reverse gravity. What's going to set Quake apart?
I think it's gonna have the juggernaut feel of Quake. It's gonna have what no one else has, which is a history of Quake behind it. That's gonna be the biggest foot in the door.
So what, brand recognition?
Brand recognition is gonna be what puts them on the map. Everyone knows Quake, and if they don't, I don't know why. But they don't. Everyone knows Quake. But what can they do different gameplay wise? I don't know, man. That's so hard to say because the hero shooter genre is very young. We've seen. I like
It
how
is young.
Overwatch does it.
It's this year. Like,
Yeah.
This was the year of hero shooter. So, I mean,
I like how Overwatch does it. I play Mercy, who is the healer. She mainly heals and buffs a little bit, and that's what I do. If I ever get a kill, 1 or 2 kills in a match, it's amazing because I don't fire at enemies. I just heal, and I'm not very very good at the first person shooter. So it allows me to play this game with my friends and do what I do best, which is hide and heal. So while we have other people who love, like Dart, who just loves running in and beating the living snot out of everybody as a giant monkey or what have you. So I don't know. I mean, what can they do different? I don't know. My question is, do they have to do anything different?
I feel as though somebody has to come out with the all powerful and Dark Side here knows my opinion on the word competitive. But somebody has to come out with the and this hurts me to say, but the true competitive like hero shooter. Is Overwatch what we want out of a competitive, the competitive world? This is a game that we can see in a tournament environment, in a big like MLG style environment. Now, we are the ones that really as the gamers, we decide, not just, oh, it's Blizzard's, they're the best. Fuck
Well,
everyone
yeah,
else, it's
right.
Blizzard. But we can't have that. You know what I mean? Everyone needs to keep this hero shooter thing in mind. It's brand new.
it is brand new. I mean, yes, we're gonna get flooded fairly quickly. Overwatch, just Blizzard happened to be the first to come out, so we have
Battleborn
Overwatch.
came out first.
Well, Battleborn came out first, but
By
So
a
you,
couple
you got by like a few weeks. So we got Battleborn Overwatch.
Yeah. Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers coming out soon. I mean, well, I don't know how soon. I don't even think they have a release date. They're like in alpha, I think still. And then we got Bethesda saying Quake's coming out next year. Like,
You were asking, is Overwatch what we want for the competitive scene? I say no. And for one thing that is slightly controversial with Overwatch, I don't like that you can have an entire team of the same character.
no, and that pisses me off.
And
When you go all Winstons.
Yes, and then some
Like,
and
Right.
Dart confirmed it's in alpha stages. So you can have the opposing team or your own team. Everyone go as one character, which it can be in some situations just frustrating because
Right, and I 100% agree with that. And I actually had a very long conversation over with Darkseid about this, but about a month or two ago, about Overwatch and how I do not believe that being able to switch your character whenever the fuck you feel like makes for a competitive game.
I like that, but I
believe
don't like how you can have multiple of the same character. That's what I don't like.
And all three of us are in agreement there, which is great. But here's and okay, let me explain why I see that. So, if you have something like that, all right, and say you play and I'm going to use Winston right now because I don't play the game.
Right.
I'm just blowing shit out my ass to make an example. So you pick Winston, right? And let's just for sake of the theory, Winston, you can only have one Winston, right?
Okay.
You pick Winston, nobody else can have Winston on your team, their team, doesn't matter. Nobody else can have Winston, right? Now, when you add that ability that only one Winston can be there, only one, right? There has to be a consequence. You can't just go, I picked Winston, and
GG.
GG, right? So there's fucking no consequence there for that. It's just I picked the best, and then if you don't decide to switch, then no one else can use him. You know what I mean?
Sure, Dart, go ahead.
So I feel as though that once you pick a character in a game like that you have to be locked into that. I know that's not always like the best, like what everybody wants, but that's just how I feel.
Well, what I was thinking was like one per team. So like you could have we're saying, we're just using Winston as an example. Like you could have a Winston on each team, but one per team. So like you could go up against another Winston. You could go up against another Soldier 76, whatever.
Sure.
But I really don't like how you can just double Winston and then double someone else. Let's say Torbjorn, and then have a Reinhardt, and then just go and wreck shop. Like you have such a strong defensive line. Like there's counters for that, yes, but
yeah, but then
it's harder to counter when you're not in a full party. It's like
also the way that I look at that too. Okay, so you have this brick shit house of a defense line, right?
Right.
There's a set answer for that. And what can the team do? Just run into your defense line and reset the damn team. And now they countered you.
Right.
So I don't feel like that's like fun. You're not actually playing the game per se as much as you're playing abilities again. You're playing rock, paper, scissors, except they throw their hand out first. They're like rock,
gotcha.
and you're like, okay, I got a paper. Hold on, let me go get it.
No, Dart wanted to say something. What do you want to say, Dart?
I just was going to come in and voice my opinion.
Oh my god, hold on one second, buddy. Wait, you're going to blow eardrums, my friend. Say test real quick.
Testing.
Perfect.
We're better now.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll try not to talk too loud. No worries. I know I'm really loud.
I have you set for when I have my headset on, and right now I have my actual speakers going, so a little different.
No problem at all. Like I said, I'm a very heavy voice guy.
All right, so go ahead.
I have some stuff to say that I was thinking about earlier, but I'll go ahead and jump into the middle of the topic we're talking about right now, which is basically on the subject of ranked play in Overwatch,
Yes.
basically.
By the way,
And-
really quickly, stream. This is Dart Blaze, one of my moderators for my Twitch streams. We play a lot. You guys have heard him, obviously, when we play Heroes of the Storm and stuff like that. So this is Dart Blaze. Just wanted to give you an introduction real quick.
Because you deserve
Yeah, no problem. Hello, everybody. How you doing? You know, it's Master and Commander over here. Okay.
Get the fuck
So-
out.
Anyway.
Anyways, moving on.
Meanwhile, at the ranch.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I was gonna say, what I'm gonna come in and it goes off the top of what you guys are talking about right now about how saying one per team comparative to saying one per game is how MOBAs are handling it right now in terms of ranked play is draft picks, where you go in, you pick your character, and you can only have one in the game at all. In Overwatch, which is designed to be, you start the game, you walk out, and you're like, oh, this is their team setup. My character doesn't work here. Let me go switch. It doesn't make sense for it to be one per game. So one per team definitely is the way to go in that aspect, and I totally agree with that. And going with even more into the aspect of how you're talking about saying go multiple of the same character, and Reaver has or Dark Side, whichever one you want to go by here. I'll say
Dark Side, my Twitch handle. So
his opinion has always been more towards Winston as the object of debate, where there are forum posts, Reddit posts, whatever you want to say about Winston in particular, how Winston's an all right character and all that. He's not like A+ tier character by himself, but just by adding a second Winston, just one more Winston, he becomes infinitely better, and it becomes almost impossible to break.
yeah, because here's one of the things that happens with Winston is you have two Winstons. Winston's great at disrupting your line because he can jump, and he can jump right in, and then in the middle of that jump, he can slam down his little shield. And then so you throw two of those in there, running around disrupting the line. It's breaking.
Well, I want to add. What I think most of us have the issue with is because the individual abilities of each character are kind of not the main thing. I think it just having 6 Winstons or 6 whatevers, in my opinion, just goes against the spirit of the game. Like the game is built on team play, cooperative. Let's figure out how to get through this together as different units is the way I see it. I'm 100% okay with one of each on each team. 100% okay. But it's just when it goes from oh crap we're losing, let's be super cheap and let's all go Winston or let's all go whatever. It just breaks the spirit of the game. It's just what I don't like.
What I think why Blizzard won't do away with that even in ranked play is they equal Disney. And what I mean by that is they want a low barrier for entry. So if you want to play whatever, they're gonna let you play whatever. Yeah. And I think that's why we won't see that. But like I don't know. I don't think we'll see that in Quake.
I hope.
I think Quake's gonna cater more to the hardcore competitive.
Yes, because they made a very good point of saying that they're gonna, it sounds like they're saying, in not so many words, they said we're gonna come over here and take over this esports scene for hero shooters.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
But,
I'll say something because I wasn't around for the actual release of like all the trailers or whatever they showed for this particular thing, the Quake thing. As a hero shooter, usually what that means is you have 2, say 3 abilities, and then you have an ult per se. Did it seem like did they show anything around that aspect? Were you going to have like
they did in a cinematic.
Like
so you had they only showed a cinematic, but they showed 3 or 4 different characters, and each character had like a different like ability they kind of did. Like one had like a Juggernaut run type deal, like a charge,
like a Reinhardt charge.
Yeah, like a Reinhardt charge. Another person had like a teleport. So it was not like Tracer, but they had a teleport ability.
Nightcrawler-ish.
Yeah, more like a Nightcrawler-ish type ability. And
then the guy with the buzzsaw in his hand.
And then the guy with like a buzzsaw in his hand. Yeah. It looked like each person kind of had a different ability.
So to answer your question, no, they didn't clearly state it, but it's kind of alluded, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the main thing I would say if you're trying to say what they can do for Quake in the aspect of having multiple of the same character or anything like that is going to come down as if it's more about say if it's more along the lines of a loadout and not necessarily like a full blown like you have this kit plus an ult, you know.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
If you because ults are something in MOBAs and stuff like that where it's usually it can be a game changer. It can be something that it makes you win the tide of battle, or it can be something that pulls you back from the brink of death in said battle and turn it around.
Yeah.
But if
never
it
die.
doesn't have that, yeah, exactly. Die, die, die. Heroes never die. Exactly.
Yeah.
And in that aspect, if they don't have ults or anything like that, and it's just like say loadouts, like you have your gun, it's alt fire, you know, your different movement ability, and maybe like a grenade or something, you know. And there's no like, oh, this character shoots out 100 missile rockets, you know, this character can pin somebody into a wall for an instant kill, you know. Like if there's nothing like that, then there wouldn't be that aspect in Quake, in my opinion. And I don't know why they would do that to Quake. I feel like Quake is not the type of game where I want to see characters running around doing ults. That seems really silly to me.
No, yeah, and with the Quake, just the trailer alone, and it looked like it was more instead of an ult. Each character had a very unique ability.
Ability. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
what
so
it.
it was kind of like you know, like this person kind of gets this gun, and you know, it's kind of like this one shoots like a single shooter where you kind of get a loadout, but then you're playing that character who this character, if you play this person can teleport, and that's what makes them special. It's not necessarily an ult, but it's kind of in that gray zone where it's like, okay, she can teleport. This guy
It's their
has a
play style.
fucking hacksaw on his arm, like, you know, so like. And already right there, teleporting versus very heavy melee damage, I'm already seeing kind of, you know, balancing going on even with just being a trailer. Like she can teleport, this guy can walk up to you and cut you in half. Like that's
Yeah.
both of those are badass. But you know, it's like, okay, how am I supposed to cut the bitch in half that teleports away from me? You fucking don't, right? Like
You
that's
don't.
just-
You just fucking don't. That's not who you counter that bitch with.
Yeah.
right. Those abilities are very much so like, okay, I can stay away from that guy, just shoot at him. Now he also had a gun. You know, like
Yeah.
he's got a buzzsaw in one hand, a gun in the other. Like, shoot the bitch. Like that's how you take care of it. Like,
I'm
Yeah,
very
what you're talking
excited to
about.
see how they go with it. And I see what you're saying, Dart. Is you know, it depends kind of which way they're gonna go. I mean, we just don't know yet, and it'll be really exciting to see which way they go with it. Show a release date? They didn't show a release date.
Boom.
I don't remember.
Double check real quick. I don't think
I
they
think you
did.
said next year, right? You
Yeah,
said you
I
just said
think it was
year.
next year. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they said 2017.
They probably gave a season, maybe like spring next year or something
Oh,
like
they
that.
said they're gonna announce more about it.
They'll
August.
announce more at QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Which makes
Okay.
fucking sense.
So we need to look forward to that and try to keep
See
keep
if
our
they have a
ears
stream
before.
going for QuakeCon, and if they do, I'll be covering it. Or what we'll do is, since I think we're all just about up and running now for our weekly gaming talk show for news. So I think that's what
Yeah.
we're going to be doing now. Bobby, are you about to set up for like next week essentially?
just about. I will be by the time it's there. I got a hard drive to install in the Behemoth. I got a couple of pieces of equipment I need to buy, but that doesn't relate to our show.
You need to grab that webcam, sir.
It's on its way.
Okay, good.
It is on its way. It should be here.
And my
Tuesday.
Blue Yeti will be here in 2 days.
And I'm poor, so I'm just gonna come here.
Yeah, that's fine. I got a wide lensed webcam, so I can have you host here too. So
Yeah, you do that, some bitches.
right, that's his
Hold
max
on,
right there, and it's good enough.
Damn.
It's not bad, and we're not too close to each other.
We can be a little closer.
Yeah, that's weird. No.
Beers might get
But no, I got
tangled.
let's see, I got some mic, some input, I guess, audio equipment coming in for PlayStation recording.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be doing the console
got,
streaming stuff.
Are you on PS4?
I am on PS4.
Okay.
I'm
You have
I'm
to
gonna
send
try
me your
and
thing
hit-
so I can add you.
hey, I'll send you my thing, and then I'll send you my
Wow.
PlayStation tag.
Yeah, that kind of party, huh?
No,
You don't.
I didn't know
Oh,
yours
okay.
was detachable, sir.
Yo, it's got a zipper.
Oh.
Uh,
Button, they can hear the zipper.
just pop. Here it is. But no, yeah. So I got the cameras coming. I might be buying a second one on my PC, one on my TV. It's I do have to admit though, the only game that I ever play on my PlayStation is Destiny, and that's only because it's not on PC.
Yep. And I'm still waiting for that to change.
I have a PS4 for 2 reasons, and that is I got Destiny on it because I happen to have the PS4, but I mainly got it for one reason, which was Bloodborne.
And I have it because it's the best Blu-ray player on the market.
Yeah, see that's
you
kind
know,
of what
you know
I
what
got.
my Blu-ray player is? I believe it's $20 installed into my computer.
You have a disk drive in your computer? Who the fuck does that?
What's a disc?
I think I still got one on the front of mine. Hold on, let me.
Dude,
dust
your
it off
Cosmos
real quick.
probably has like 5.
Hey, why would I need 5 disk drives?
I don't
first off?
know, but your Cosmos has the space for it.
Hold on, wait. Let me take a gander from this thing.
My tower, I believe, has the space for 4.
Actually,
Dart, do me a favor.
actually-
Go ahead and Google the Cosmos 2.
I'm looking at this big old bitch right now.
This big old bitch.
I got room for looks like 1, 2, 3. I could put 3 disk drives in the front of this. Nah, I don't know why the fuck I would do that. And then I got my 2 hot swap hard drive bays in the front. No, it ain't steel, bro. It's
No,
like
you're
aluminum
solid
alloy.
aluminum on the handles. I think the handles are steel, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No, it comes up to here. It comes up to the top of my desk. Yes, it comes up to my desk.
You could sit on it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It has a frame.
You can't lift it and beat someone with it. Let's put it that way.
Hell.
And,
I mean,
and
you guys could sit on it because you're short.
you could fit 2 PCs
Hey,
in there.
fuck
Hey, fuck you!
you. Hey, fuck you.
New guy.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
Look
no,
at that.
Small chair when you're 6'3".
Yo, everything is amazing when you're 5'4".
You short
Yeah,
bitch.
you have
5'8", not much changes.
That's right. I'll eat your fucking nipple.
We're in California, the Legion of 6-foot blondes, man.
Oh god.
Yo, I'm in California and I live with a legion of 5'4".
Me and Dart are the only over 6 foot people here.
You're
Yeah,
6'1", barely over 6
you're a
foot.
Yeah, here.
Fucking ogre.
Whatever. I make you guys look
Ogre.
like fucking dwarfs.
So?
But I always play the smallest character in an MMO.
You really fucking do.
Yeah, he goes out of his way to play a lot for
Who's the
15.
smallest, little, dinkiest thing I can play? That's me.
That's me.
Yeah, I mean, at least I own up to myself when I played as the furry of Final Fantasy.
Well,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute. It's not that type of show, Dart.
That one starts at
Okay,
midnight.
That
We're
one's
not gonna-
after midnight. That's the after hour show. And we're not doing that right now.
I'll let you have your joke. I'm not going to go into the debate about how furries is not a sexual thing.
It is so a sexual thing, and get out of here.
You can be sexual about it, but it doesn't mean it's a sexual thing.
We are done here.
It's like saying animated
See,
sexual.
look at it like this. Dark side is a sexual thing.
I am a sexual thing.
I disagree with that.
Argue against me right now.
Sojex is arguing against you right now.
Not after I was done with him.
Oh. God
His
damn
ability
it.
to be a sexual thing has ended.
It has ended.
All right. So, anything else anyone wants to touch on besides Dark Side?
All right, there's a +2 to charisma roll right there.
Fuck.
I do usually play the high charisma characters.
I can see why, because you can come up with some good shit.
What about speculation? What about speculation for tomorrow? We will not be able to live coverage tomorrow.
I'm taking a quiz, chemistry, yay!
But I do plan on covering it after.
I will be around for the post game show. Looks like tomorrow is PC gaming show, right? PC Gaming, Ubisoft, Sony?
No, we
I will-
early morning is Microsoft's,
Yeah.
followed
Yeah, we got-
by the PC Gamer Show,
What time?
Right, and then
followed by Ubisoft, followed by Sony.
Sony. Right.
So,
yeah, that's everything I
What
said.
is
minus
there?
Microsoft.
What is there around midday? Like, because I get off work, I'll probably
No,
be back in the
I will not be able to cover.
Oh yeah.
No,
any-
I'm saying like, what's gonna be there? Like, I'll try to catch what I can and try to drop what I can on you guys.
Well, no, what we're
maybe.
gonna do is we're gonna rewatch the stream. We'll just cover it later. Is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna
I see.
we're gonna
I was-
rewatch
I
the
was
past
just, uh,
broadcast and stream that.
I hear you.
So,
I have to stay off of Twitter for 2 hours.
Well, tomorrow with speculation, I'll start off because it's me again. We got Microsoft. I'll be 100%. I would rather avoid that.
The Microsoft one.
We'll get
Yeah,
Halo
because
Wars
we
2.
got
well, no. Here's what. Here, I know for we're fact. We're getting Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm about
There
80.
is-
I'm
Well,
about
from what we
80%.
heard.
I'm
It's
about 80%
one-
sure we're gonna get an Xbox Slim.
Yes.
I'm about 60% sure we're gonna hear something about the Xbox Scorpio, whatever that is. It's supposed to because
Their 4K thing.
I don't know if
Is
it's
that
gonna be their
VR? What is
4K thing. They're talking about having a literal upgrade, like it has a stronger GPU.
Huh.
Is what
Without calling it a new system.
without calling it a new system. Like
It'll
it'll
still play the same
still
games.
play all the same games. It'll still do everything. It's just literally going to be a hardware upgrade, but still Xbox One.
Why do I keep putting up percent sign?
I need to look this up. real
That's
quick.
what we're hearing about for the Xbox Scorpio. And then we're hearing about the same thing with the PlayStation Neo,
Yeah.
which is it's a 4K system, and in order to do that, they have to have an upgraded GPU too. So are we now hitting the point where we are not going to get new consoles, but we're going to be getting hardware upgrades for their current consoles?
Well, with download speeds and the availability of installing and just how the digital market now exists, is there even a need? If they just release a new version of it, I mean, eventually we'll probably see a PS5 with maybe completely upgraded. But at what point will the PS4 stop being a PS4? If we get upgraded to the PS Neo and it's 4K, better GPU, and then we get another upgraded to them. I don't know. I was gonna say Morpheus, but that's the VR thing. I was gonna go with the Matrix.
Yeah.
Thing. But we get some other version of it. At that point, is that still a PS4 or is it is it something different? So I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they keep upgrading the hardware. And then one thing I did see on the Xbox Slim was it's gonna be physically smaller and that it's gonna be more
power efficient
and more expensive.
Really?
That's one thing that I saw, which makes sense because lately, the last few months, Xbox has been dropping their price on some consoles. So it'll be, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. Ubisoft, will we see a new Assassin's Creed?
Ubisoft, yeah, we're definitely gonna see a new Assassin's Creed. It's a yearly franchise.
Yeah,
So
come
we're
on
gonna
now,
see
man.
that.
It's Assassin's Creed's like Mega Man. That bitch ain't dying.
No,
Real quick,
Mega Man was good.
Real quick,
go
let me
ahead,
interject.
Dart. Go ahead.
before we get too far away from Microsoft here, because I believe Bobby, you said you don't care about Halo Wars 2, but you played that. So
I-
no,
Dart's the Captain Save-A-Ho for that game.
for Halo Wars, yes, I actually did enjoy Halo Wars. You can say what you want. I had fun with it.
Go ahead, Dave.
I did
I'm just
too.
gonna say this really quick. Okay, awesome. I have a friend.
Just-
Real quick, all I'm gonna say is I took a look. Do you know who's making Halo Wars 2?
well, let me stop you right there before we get too far into that whole shit show we're about to start. It has nothing to do like my timing in saying that was for Microsoft, not for Halo Wars.
Okay.
Halo Wars I actually enjoyed. Microsoft I hate.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify here because
And not even Microsoft. Just Windows. And even that, Windows 10. That's it. I hate Windows 10. And that's where I'm going to leave it at because this phrase right here, Windows 10 store exclusives.
Yep, I will
I hear
not. No. The UWP crap is fucking bullshit. You have no executable, which means you can't mod. There's no mods for that. You can't. It's locked. They lock everything. So not only is it not moddable, but you're not going to be able to change things to the point where you can unlock the frame rate if they decide to do a stupid 30 FPS cap
Right. You're turning my fucking PC
into an Xbox.
into
And
a
I think we're going to see that. I
fucking
think
Xbox.
that's going to be Microsoft's thing. Is they've been trying to push away, it seems, from having it looks like someone's birthday or some bullshit. It looks like they're going to try and pull away from the Xbox and PC being separate platforms and trying to go all in one.
Well, let's go back to Halo Wars. Let's try to stay on it.
Yeah, really quick.
yeah.
What I was saying about that, was I decided to look it up because I read half of an article the other day that seemed like they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about and said that Halo Wars 2 was going to be a first-person shooter. So I decided to look it up. Yeah, that's how bad the fucking internet is nowadays. So I decided to look it up, realized that Halo Wars 2 is going to be made by Creative Assembly. For those of you who don't,
Creative
for those
Assembly.
of you who don't know, that is a Sega company that makes the Total War series.
Yes, we do know that.
So Creative Assembly is going to be partnered with 343 Industries to make Halo Wars 2.
And hopefully they don't have shit frames.
Yeah, after what just came out in terms of Total War Warhammer, which some people enjoy and some people have horrible experiences with.
That game has shit frames.
It's shit frames. God damn, dude.
Okay, sorry. Dart, continue, please.
So basically what I'm saying is that Total War is honestly looked at as a series that most people really enjoy when it comes to Total War Rome and Total War Shogun 2 specifically.
Yeah.
Honestly, let me stop there before I forget what I was about to say. Halo Wars, as a game, as a Total War, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yep, totally agree.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
As a much grander scale, because the one thing that was limiting in terms of Halo Wars as a strategy game was a small unit composition, which in small unit compositions you usually get an overwhelming force of like, hey, I'll just make 20 tanks and I will win because the tanks are strong enough to win in small numbers like that.
Right.
On top of small maps, with usually the maps had a unique tool to them and whatnot. But you should have that in general anyway. But if you're going to go to a Total War state of much larger areas, I'm very curious to see where they go in that aspect. If they go and bring in, is it going to be different game modes like Total War does, where maybe there's, space combat and there's ground combat? Maybe there's like a defensive one. Like I forget which game mode it's called, but in Total War, there's one where you play as an attacker attacking like a castle, and the castle has less units but has the walls protecting it.
Right.
So.
Yep, they have those modes for like and this is just to kind of reinforce your thing here, Dart. If I am remembering it correctly, I played it for one night and it was a long fucking night. There's like fortresses and like main territories that you own on the overmap. And when you try and take one of those, you can hit it with fucking everything you have. But it's no matter what, the superior positioning of the person you're attacking makes it extremely difficult because they'll have a gigantic wall. They'll have, big ass like labyrinths on the inside where they got archers up and everything, and you have to get units in there, while getting shot at the whole. It's a Helm's Deep situation. I think that's like I'm just trying to like. I'm replacing all of those units in my head watching those fights with Halo.
Mm-hmm. I am too, dude. Trust me.
I'm watching Hunters and I'm watching, the elites and just the mob of fucking grunts.
You mean the Sangheli, but yeah.
Right, yeah.
It'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see, how they go with it. That's cool. They're handing it to a team that's got experience with it and something that a lot of people, thoroughly enjoy with a lore base that everyone thoroughly enjoys. So that'll be cool.
Here's something that we can all be able to talk to about. PS4, Last of Us 2. We all have a PS4.
Not happening this year.
You don't think so?
I seriously doubt it because I read a leak of
God
of War 4 being announced this year.
God of War 4?
Yes. Santa Monica Studios should be bringing God of War 4 back. And the interesting thing I read was that Kratos would be in it and not as the person you play as.
What?
Oh, that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go with it. I mean, that's such a unique world and the way that they present it that it'll be fun. I love the God of War games, and they're. I actually have the Pandora's box from 3.
Yes.
So it's I love the God of War games. Super excited to see a 4, and at the same time, I'm happy that they don't feel like they have to keep recycling. That's one of the things that eventually pulled me away from Halo. Is like, how many times am I going to be Master Chief?
Yeah,
it's
which
okay
is,
to have a franchise and not be the same goddamn guy every time.
Well, Mass Effect, we're
Yeah.
not doing Shepard.
Not doing Shepard.
We did Shepard for a trilogy.
Hey.
Now we're on to someone else for a trilogy.
3 times as Shepard was perfect, man. That
Yeah.
I can't be happier.
And there's
I
so
cannot
many
be happier
people.
with this.
There's so many people shitting on the fact that we're not Shepard. It's like, why? Why do we need to be Shepard?
It doesn't have to. It's one of the reasons, like the James Bond movies. I'm glad that it's not the same guy every time. Obviously, in this case, 50-something years of
Sean Connery still being.
Sean Connery is the best. But I'm glad that it's someone else can pick up the mantle, keep that series going, keep it fresh.
Well, and that's the thing. Also, is the lore and the whole universe that they created. Why would it have to be just Shepard?
And looking at God of War, limiting yourself to one badass. Why? Why just have one badass when you can have more than one? That's. So I'm really excited to God of War. I would love The Last of Us 2 because I love that game. It's tons of fun. I seriously doubt we'll see it this year because Naughty Dog just did Uncharted 4.
Going on to, if you don't mind, going on to the
ahead.
subject of Mass Effect being a new character and not Shepard, is that while it's Shepard, it has to remain during a certain timeline of that character's lifespan. Even if you would say that, we're in the future so far to where a human's lifespan is longer, it would still need to be during their lifespan. By adding a new character, this could be 200 years in the future.
Yeah, they pull a Fallout like 200 years after the events of Shepard.
Yeah.
Like,
so maybe there's less like racism or whatever. I don't know what they would call it in the Alien. I don't know if it's still
xenophobia.
Yeah,
xenophobia. Yeah, that's the word I was
and
looking for.
in a situation like that, when they were talking about which way they want to go and all this stuff, there's all the speculation about they're gonna go 1,000 years in the past or like a couple hundred years in the future. I wouldn't even want to flip that coin. Like, give me the future.
No, we're definitely going future, and we're going to the Andromeda galaxy, our neighboring galaxy,
and we are
we are the aliens.
Yes.
They're playing it. We're playing it. We're
yeah.
playing as humans, but we're playing as aliens. We're aliens
are
in this place.
Mm-hmm. Which technically we were foreign. We were aliens in all of them. But that's
when we exit Earth, we're an alien.
We're alien to the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
So
What it means by that is really awesome in the fact that in Mass Effect, this trilogy, you kind of come in and you're this new people to the council and whatnot. You're this new race, this new thing.
Right.
Yeah, little
And you're
babies.
still young, but you're not looked at as like you as a person will look at it as like everybody else is aliens, and they're kind of looking at it, and you kind of look for acceptance in it all. But in this one, it's like what they're showing, and Sojax looked at it and saw the same thing that I did, where you go into this, you land on this planet, and there's going to be this giant like version of a rhinoceros combined with a gorilla running at you that almost made it feel like Doom for a second, where you like turned a corner and there was just a giant demon monster. It's like
fucking
you don't know what you're
pant
going to
dropping.
find.
Like you wear your brown pants for that.
Yeah.
Like you're going to land on a planet and you look at it and you're like, oh, it's foresty. Am I going to find like humanoids? Or are you just going to find wild freaking animals the whole time?
Yeah.
Are they going to be carbon-based life?
And what do we do on that planet?
Yeah.
It could be different every single time. You could land on one planet and you with like the sentient life form, and you could land on another one and there are no.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell, there was one little 2-second clip. I don't know if you guys saw it, where the character was walking in the middle of a giant desert. Like there was nothing for like hundreds of miles.
I saw that.
Yeah, we saw that.
And then they were on the rover in that one.
What do you do there?
Yeah,
Well, there was one part with a rover and there was one part walking. Like,
Yes.
What do you do on that planet? Are you just looking for minerals at that point?
I have a possible theory. What if they take a page out of Bethesda's book and give us a settlement version type thing? You got to colonize a planet.
That is the purpose of the fucking game, so give me the option to do it myself.
Yeah.
And
dude, with people like that mini game esque stuff that you add to games
and
now.
on a galactic scale.
Yes,
Yeah.
you right there.
As
You
long as
said the
there's
magic
no-
words.
As long as there's no like you're just walking around and it's all like, oh, Planet Geneva's outpost is being attacked. Go fly over there and
Oh
help
my
them
god,
out.
don't give me chores. Do not do that.
I don't mind
or
like
Do not
like
do
chores
that.
and
hey,
give me
you know,
give me troops that I can send to handle those
Right,
chores.
right.
Which,
no,
by
give
the
me
way,
stuff to do
the,
and give me content. Don't give me fucking chores.
well,
yeah, it's like,
remember,
oh my god, we have toilet problems. Can you send the Galactic Commander down to help us? It's like, no, send
are you
that guy
fucking
over
kidding?
there.
I am not your galactic plumber, bitch.
Oh.
But what freaking Bobby
Somebody
said, it brought me back to
Space.
the first leak for Andromeda, which
Oh, yeah,
was
baby.
how the multiplayer is going to tie into the single player is you are going
Supposedly,
to send.
It's still rumor.
Well, that's why I said
It's
the
still
leak.
rumor.
That's why I said the
Right.
leak. But
Still rumor. I just wanted to make
all
that
right,
fucking clear as
rumor alert, rumor,
rumor. Okay, did we
All right.
say that enough?
Rumor.
Okay. Okay.
So that how multiplayer will tie in is when you do have those chores and you do send a squad out to go deal with it, you play as that squad in the multiplayer.
Right.
I can get
You
behind
don't.
So-
You don't take your character. You take that squad. You
that.
put
Like the commander
that
is off
character
saving the
with
damn
that
galaxy.
gear.
Not
Yeah, your
Right.
command. He's doing what he needs to be doing. He's doing heroic shit,
or she.
or she, or she.
That-
The video went with she, which I thought is
That could
very
go-
interesting that they went with
Right.
their
I
visually
know exactly
a
where you're
Well,
going.
because
Dark.
Femshep had like the best
That could go
dialogues,
both
in my
fucking
opinion.
ways. That could be
Well,
real
'cause
bad or real
we
good.
we actually already have an example of this in a game that exists right now, and that is exactly how it works in Dragon Age Inquisition,
Yes.
where the multiplayer, you're the team
Right.
that you send out for missions for the Inquisition.
Right,
That's
but
like the
this is-
backstory of your character.
Right. That's the backstory though. But they still just go. In Inquisition, they go. Okay, here's the backstory. This is why you're doing it. Now just do it for fucking ever. Right?
That's what I'm saying is that they
in-
did it wrong to some degree.
Right. They were just like, hey, look it. We gave you a story. This is why you're doing this, and it's gonna be awesome. Now just fucking rinse and repeat until your fingers bleed. But
Seriously.
in Inquisition, in Andromeda, what they were taught or what was being talked about. Now I don't know if this was devs. I don't know if this was just people talking. I don't know. But this is information that I have read on official forums and what have you, whatnots. This might have been just ideas, but whatever. What they were talking about is you go and you get these settlements somehow. Whether I think it would be dope as shit if I was able to like plug settlements into a planet and manage them. But that's because
all that Fallout 4.
right, I love Fallout 4 on, give me a galaxy. So I want, I want to see that. I want to see that going down. And then as you're traveling through, don't just forget about it. Plug that settlement in there, do your stuff, get it set up, get it running, get them safe and secure and all this shit, and then move on to the next one. And then you're done. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to see, you're out there doing whatever. And then, you come back and I want to see, I want to see shit alive. I want to be like, okay, well,
Some development,
come-
growth.
right. I want to see,
You want to
growth.
see
I
it
wanna
lived
see
in.
that- Right, I want to see that little fucking piece of shit thing that I put in there and went, here, fucking start life. I want to come back and be like, oh, that's a fucking metropolis. Like,
what
that's
if
dope.
what if you like started off a small little tiny
Village.
farm,
Farm, yeah.
you know,
Right,
for the village because
right.
they need a food resource of some sort, and then you put X, Y, and Z person in charge of them, and now it's a big, huge, thriving farm, and they have fields that are just feeding this ever-growing population.
Right, like
be dope.
here's a fucking 12 pack of tents and a year's supply of food. Fucking go do something with it.
You know,
fucking figure it out.
You know what would be amazing is if it's true, almost like SimCity-esque type stuff, where like you start them off small, you leave, you come back, and there's like 10 more buildings that it built by itself. Like
Right,
while you were
exactly.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
You
shit.
want automated development that happens in the background. So when you do come back, you're like, whoa, what happened here?
And then-
That would be dope.
Yeah.
And then what'll be interesting is because if you have the options to kind of, I hate to use the word, but sort of invade. Say you leave some of your humans that you bring with you, or do you set up these
I see what you're
indigenous
talking about.
peoples and help them grow and push them? Because what if you come across a primitive society and you don't Star Trek it, you totally interfere, and you
You ignore the Prime Directive.
fuck the Prime Directive, and you help them and you make them better, and then or what if you go down into a planet, they're so primitive, you appear like a god to them.
Yeah, that too. That'd be dope.
That would be insane.
Like, you could go down to a planet and imagine if there's two races that are kind of on equal sentient life at that point, and you can choose which one that you want to win and keep, basically, and be the one that thrives.
Damn, talk about a god complex.
Exactly.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, let's move this forward a little bit.
Yeah.
For question for you, Bobby.
Yo, what's going on?
Multiplayer, more of the same.
I didn't play any of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. How was it?
Well, me and Bobby played more than we ever care to admit.
The fuck out of that. So here's what I'm looking at. Okay, the multiplayer. I want to see it. I don't want to. I want to see multiplayer. I want to see it. I want to see, and not just this fucking. Oh yeah, you're online. This is a multiplayer game. No. I want to see fucking like co-op. I want to see some fucking real, like, I want to play with my buddies. I don't want to fucking Call of Duty this shit. Random matchmaking is gay. Okay, I'm done with fucking random matchmaking. I'm done with quick rooms. I'm fucking done. I want to play some people with competence. I want to play, like, if I want to play a game like that, I'm gonna go play a fucking game like that. Like, I'm gonna go jump into a random match of Borderlands.
You want? It sounds to me like you want a well thought out multiplayer, not just a shoehorned cash grab,
right,
which EA is prone to do nowadays.
Right, and I hate them for it. But what the fuck can I do about it? Not a damn thing.
BioWare.
Yeah,
right,
BioWare is stuck underneath them, so it's kind of what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to be hopeful here.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking segment right here.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I mean, the best the best multiplayer experience that we've probably gotten out of BioWare itself was probably Mass Effect 3. Like, what other example?
They did a great job. It's just now I want something more to that. Like, take that formula, add to it. Do not do the exact same thing again, because we already did that for hours on end.
Yeah.
Right. And Inquisition isn't bad. I'm not saying Inquisition did the multiplayer bad. Mass Effect was better.
Yeah, I'm there. I agree.
What it comes down to is the wave-based system of Mass Effect 3's multiplayer fit it very well, and go through a dungeon thing fit Dragon Age very well.
It really did.
But the thing is that to force a player to go through this same dungeon over and over, for some reason, it's a lot shittier to you than, say, play on this map and fight these enemies. It's basically the same thing, but the main difference is here's a map and here's a dungeon. And for some reason, the dungeon makes it so much more fucking trivial and boring. I don't know what it is.
It does, because the first time you go through it, it's fucking cool. You got to have special classes to get through the special doors, and then you got to have the special fucking setup to get through the harder difficulties, and it's kind of dope. And then you start getting that shit on farm. It's like a fucking raid in an MMO. Once you start getting it on farm, that shit ain't fun no more. One
thing I don't want to see in either the multiplayer or the single player, and then they'll take different forms. It's exactly what you guys are saying. I don't want to keep going through the same dungeons 28 million times to farm. And then in a single player, I don't want to keep finding new planets and having it be the same thing. So I don't want a lazy cookie cutter planet finding system like we had to endure in Dragon Age 2 when we went to a dungeon and they were all the exact same layout.
Yeah, it was the same tile sets, just reworked.
And it was annoying because it was boring. It was boring.
Yeah, they would take a map and it would be scripted to like 01A, and like the trees would be falling over a certain way, setting your path this way. And then there's like 01B, which is this different quest line where now instead of coming out from this cave, you come out from that walkway over there and the cave is collapsed, like pretending like it's a different area, but it's actually the same area.
It's the exact same
that
area.
was just so lazy to me. In an age where we have games coming out like No Man's Sky, where there is damn near an infinite amount of planets to be able to explore.
That's the next subject, by the way.
Not tonight. I gotta go soon. But That'll be for
Tomorrow
next week's.
night.
Let's save some of these for next week's talk show, right? Like write these things
yeah.
out. I already wrote a couple things that I want us to talk about, but I don't even want to open that can because we'll be here for another few hours.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you at least 3 hours of content.
Perfect. Perfect.
You give me,
Bring
you
some
give
water.
me No Man's Sky. I will fucking bring a 6-pack of something and a big ass plate of food. Like I'm ready.
But you see what I'm saying though, in a era right now with games like No Man's Sky, with damn near an infinite amount, and I'll even throw a shout out to Borderlands with damn near an infinite amount of weapons that you see. I don't want to see the same thing in every place. I want each of the 4 of us to have a totally different and unique experience with our exploration of that galaxy in Mass Effect. There's no reason that shouldn't exist in the era we live in today.
Yeah, there's really
It's called procedural generation.
Yes.
Thank you. I
Proceed.
had more than a couple syllables. I couldn't remember it.
Right. So that's something that we need to see a lot more of. And you know who
Yeah.
fucking started that? Shout outs to Minecraft.
Shout outs to Minecraft.
Hell yeah, love it.
Shout outs to fucking Minecraft. People are always like, oh yeah, that's just randomly generated. If it was randomly generated, that should be crazy looking. You get random blocks all over the fucking place. You just spawn in the middle of somewhere and nothing makes fucking
You spawn
sense.
in a lava lake.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't even be a lava lake. It'd be like there's this one block of lava and then there's like water above it. So it's just infinite cobblestone in the middle, completely by accident. Like weird shit would be going on if it was randomly generated. Every single block would be just, oh, just throw shit in there. It, like from a distance, it would look like a fucking like barcode or like a QR code. Like it would just look nuts. Like you wouldn't know what to do with it.
To go on the subject of what you're talking about not having the aspect of Dragon Age 2 that everybody hated, going from Dragon Age 2 to Inquisition, one of the main things that they said that they learned about from their audience was that was a huge mistake of doing it that lazy way. So if BioWare were to jump back and do something like that again, I totally get what you're saying. You don't want to go to a desert planet, find like an entrance to like an underground base. You walk in it, later on you find like a lava planet, you walk into an underground base and you're like, what the fuck? This is the same exact base. These walls are made out of the same material on a totally different fucking planet.
Exactly. That's what I
totally
do not
hear
want
you,
to see.
dude. If they do that though, if they seriously, I highly doubt that they will because of the experience of Dragon Age 2 coming from BioWare's perspective.
And to look at it, now I understand game design to a point. I couldn't tell you what the fuck the code means or how to make I can kind of make a 3D model, but I couldn't teach you how to do it. So and this is to understand the fundamentals. Procedural generation is something that is simple, especially with and I'm using all of my ability to not preach about No Man's Sky right now, but the programming gods that they have over at No Man's Sky did the most simple fucking thing you could possibly do, and they made a couple of, they made a ton of models. They just went, no, we're not going to put shit together, just make an ass load of models. And then they were like, all right, and you texture guys, just make a fucking texture for every one of them. And they're like, well, what do you want? I don't fucking care. Just put some colors on it. Like, do some shit. Right? Like, get fucking put shit together. And then the other guys in the program, making the levels are like, well, what do we do? Just make planets. Like, why is that so hard? I feel like that was a really difficult conversation for those people.
Yeah, seriously.
They're like, you're making planets. They're planet sized. Like, how the fuck else do you want me to explain that? Like, make fucking planets. Like, why? And so and then when all that comes together, it's like you got the guys making planets and they're like, all right, cool, it's boring as shit, like whatever. And then you got the guys making landscapes with grass and snow and lava and sand, whatever the fuck, ice.
Now everybody hit
and
shuffle.
Then,
yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Now everyone at the same time hit fucking shuffle, except it all makes sense.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get like you're hitting that shuffle button. You're not gonna get dubstep with like fucking bluegrass country lyrics. Like, it's not gonna be.
I think you just created a new genre. You fucking ass.
Probably
you might
fucking
get that.
did.
You very well might. Like, you'll get mariachi music and then like death metal and then dubstep. It'll happen.
Oh yeah. I just gave the world a gift. You're welcome. But so what happens with that is it's like. And their shit is so I can't talk about it.
All right, next week. All right. So
going bringing this back to like Mass Effect and those online like co-op, I want to see procedural generation. It's so much fucking easier than making tile sets. So much. Like it's kind of the same fucking thing, except instead of going, okay, this tile set
We
only
have
fits with
way
this one,
more
this one, or this one.
variety.
Yeah, it's like okay, you start in this room, and then the door's here. Okay, so since you have this tile that you started in, the next one can be this or this, and then it picks one, and you're like, okay, cool. So now this one is a left turn instead of a right turn.
Right.
You go in
Yeah.
there and you make that left turn, and then it's like, okay, well now you can have this or this option. You know, like it's stupid.
Yeah. All right,
Or you
so
can be
let's.
like, oh, just give me a big fucking map with some random fucking hills and a rock. Like I'm good.
All right, so to wrap this up, tomorrow, can we actually do a post show? Do we have the time to do that?
What time are people?
Yo, I will be here. I am not gonna miss the post show for the PC gaming show.
Well, what I'm talking about is so all the streams are gonna have past broadcasts up to rewatch.
Right.
So
Exactly. No,
what
I
I'm talking
wanna
about
do-
is I don't think I'm gonna be available until after 6 p.m.
Oh, that's fine. Me neither. I'm not gonna be home until about 5:30. I'm gonna need some time to get
Yeah,
Get
get settled in.
Yeah. So
And then so do we have? Are we all able to? I'm mainly
Worst case scenario,
for you,
I
so
might be able
Jack.
to join on Discord. Worst case scenario.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I gotta see what's going on, but depends on.
Okay. And then so okay. So tomorrow we'll do some coverage.
Somewhere between 6 and 7 we'll start.
Somewhere between 6 or 7. We'll start. It's Monday. I believe Amanda gets off a little earlier, so.
I'll make sure to tweet out and put it on our Facebook when we're gonna be up, so those who want to catch us can.
Yeah, and make sure everyone you check our socials. Check us out, Facebook, Twitter, everything's connected. And tomorrow we'll cover Microsoft.
Yep.
PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft,
yeah.
Sony.
and Sony, which should be
Well,
fun.
Yeah. So yeah. Cool. So
We'll cover
do
them,
tomorrow.
and then we'll have plenty to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. We got the PC
Plenty,
gaming
man.
show.
I'm especially looking forward to Ubisoft for Ghost Recon Wildlands.
It'll be fun.
I think
I'm
that's the
looking
one
forward to that
Ubisoft
as well.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm hoping for a new Rayman.
I
game.
do like that.
A new Rayman game.
Ubisoft, you
know
have
these guys want.
fucked up so many things.
I don't understand.
I hope you do okay. And you know what is, as a game, as a core, and I'm not gonna bring this up right now because we're getting ready to go. They didn't do awful with Division as the game as a core, like the core behind it.
They fucked
Wasn't
up support for that
Bad.
game.
They fucked the support up. Thank you.
Yes,
That's exactly. They fucked the support up hard. They're like, oh well, you
Dark
can farm
Zone is
that?
a fucking hot mess.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you can farm this boss easily. So okay, well, no one gets loot.
All right, so we're gonna be done for tonight, and we will catch you all tomorrow. Darkside Junkie signing off.
So Jack.
And
And Bobby Buck Nasty.
Bobby Buck Nasty. And
Dark
Dark
Blaze.
Blaze.
Let's go. All right.
All right, guys,
Special guest.
and we will catch you all tomorrow.
Adios.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Later, y'all.